All right, hello there. Welcome to another wee bit different video. Today's video, we're gonna go back into our NBA weekly discussion. If you've been around for this stuff, you know how it goes. Well, I don't even need to explain it to the people who've been around, but to anyone who's new watching this kind of stuff, I'm gonna explain real quick how we do this. We basically just review the state of the game and talk about, you know, all the teams. No, not necessarily every single one. I mean, we have talked about every single one before, but we talk about the seedings, how things are playing out, how teams are doing in the past week, obviously, because it's a weekly discussion, how certain players are playing, whether they're impressing, depressing, and players that we're still assessing, specifically more so the rookies and the younger players. So there's a lot to talk about, as always. Last week, I went away from the... Last week, I went away from the game film to do the all-star picks. This week we're actually going to go back into game film, and there was a very special game that happened in the past week that we will be looking over and talking about play-by-play. But anyway, without further ado, let's just get right into it. All right, so here we are on the Eastern side of things. Celtics have won 3 in a row, looking much better from that little slump they had, 29-12. Nets unfortunately have serious dilemma on their hands. KD is going to be out guaranteed at least 2 weeks, probably something longer than that. I believe he has a MCL sprain. I believe that's what it was. Just an unfortunate event. Jimmy Butler just fell on him. Nothing you can really do about that. That's definitely going to halt the Nets winning streak. Now it's just about keeping things afloat for as long as possible while KD's gone. But also, if you can take away anything good from this situation, is that other guys are going to have to step up, and you'll be able to evaluate who is going to be able to do what when they need to, especially when Kevin Durant's just off the floor in general, even if he's playing, but on the bench getting some rest. So the Nets will have some important times for guys to step up and to see who's actually going to step up, to see who's for real. Bucks 26-14. The Bucks have been frustrating to watch. A lot of it too is because they lose sometimes, and they lose to like some really bad teams. Recent example is they just lost to the Hornets, and they got scored on 51 points in the first quarter. I get that the Hornets are on fire, but the Bucks just came out really flat. Not a lot to take away from that game other than it was just one of those days. 76ers 25-15. James Harden is looking absolutely phenomenal. Love the way he's playing. Joel Embiid came back yesterday, so I'm recording this on Wednesday. You guys will see this on Thursday. So for you guys, Joel Embiid came back on Tuesday and dropped 30 plus on the Pistons, and they smacked the Pistons. Cavaliers 26-16. I'm still frustrated with how the Cavaliers look when they're playing away. I don't like it at all. Although Donovan Mitchell can be a flamethrower for that team, he can just light things up. It's very frustrating to watch this Cavaliers team. Pacers, I mean, 8-2 in their last 10 is freaking amazing. 23-18 in general. Tyrese Halliburton is playing so well as the best player on that team. You don't regret that Sabonis trade at all. I think that's one of those situations that could be a win-win, but even then, I still don't think the Kings won out of that, because yes, you want to win now with De'Aaron Fox, but the problem is like, you got Sabonis, you traded away a person who's going to develop into what could be a superstar, and you guys aren't even contenders. Like, you're a 8th, 7th seed. Not an ideal situation. I'm sure it's fun though to see yourselves winning, so I don't think Kings fans in the moment are definitely happy. But the more and more Tyrese Halliburton improves over his career, it's gonna be a real sad thing for Kings fans to witness, seeing how good he's gonna become. But anyway, going into the Knicks, 22-19. Another frustrating team to watch. One team that can just come out really strong, especially with Julius Randle in the first quarter, and then can just drop the ball as the game goes on. So you'd like to see some consistency from these teams, but it's no coincidence that they are where they are in the seeding. It's because they're inconsistent. The Heat, another example of an inconsistent team, although I will say a lot of that is due to injuries and Jimmy Butler not playing with Kyle Lowry, Bam, and Tyler Hero at the same time. All those guys, I think, have only played like 17 games together. and that's what, in a 42 games in the season, you've only played 17 games together. It's just not an ideal way to mesh and to build chemistry as the season goes when you are that limited with each other. Hawks 19 and 21. The Hawks, I'm at this point, I'm at a point in time where I just believe the Hawks aren't very good. Trae Young has not looked like Trae Young of the past. Now, I'm not saying that's not going to change. I'm assuming he'll get back to his former self, but right now where things are, he doesn't shoot the three ball as nearly as good. He does rack up assists, of course, but that swagger that he once had, especially when he took his team to the conference finals, it just looks like it's gone, evaporated. So yeah, this Hawks team, definitely frustrating. The Bulls 19 and 22. DeMar DeRozan left last game early. They lost to the Celtics. Zach LaVine they're actually playing today against the Wizards. DeMar DeRozan is listed as doubtful. That should be a close game, but Zach LaVine's gonna have to step up hard. I'm actually interested, and I'm gonna tune into that game just to see how well they do without DeMar, and to see if Zach LaVine can pick up the points that DeMar would typically leave on the board. Raptors 18 and 23. They won 2 in a row, but they're still frustrating as hell to watch. I just think it's inexcusable how inconsistent Fred VanVleet is, especially when you got players like Scotty Barnes who are on and off, players especially like Gary Trent who are on and off. It's just too many players who don't have it down on a consistent, on a night in and night out kind of basis. Wizards 17 and 24. They just suck. Lost 3 in a row. Don't need to get into that. The Magic, they're honestly kind of becoming a little bit more of a fun team to watch due to Paolo Banchero. I'm Mexican, so I was about to say Banchero, but I only heard, every time I watch a Magic game, it's Paolo Banchero. So that's what I'm going to say. Anyway, it's been very much more fun to watch seeing this team play, because Markelle Fultz, very underrated player. Nobody talks about him. When he's healthy, he honestly looks really good. He's no superstar or anything, all-star even. He's nothing like that by any means, but he is a solid starter. Franz Wagner can be very interesting to watch, but again, it all lies on Paolo Banchero. Very, very fun guy to watch. The way he just makes his move to the cup. He's a rookie, but he's out muscling a lot of these guys, so it's phenomenal to watch. Magic should be very happy about what they have in their future. Hornets are probably one of the most fun teams to watch as well, mainly because of LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball is one of the most entertaining players in the NBA, and I don't even think people can dispute that. Like, he is, in anything that he does, whether he's playmaking or whether he's shooting extremely deep threes, like, LaMelo has been very fun to watch. I know the Hornets aren't very good, but if the Hornets are playing one of your favorite teams, I highly suggest you tune in and watch that match just to see how LaMelo does. And he is diming these guys up. Like, I mean, passes that are like LeBron-esque in his prime, towards like, god damn, man, he is making plays happen. He's just got vision. And then again, he's shooting deep threes, knocking them down. It is just so fun to watch LaMelo Ball. Granted, it's very annoying that he always finds himself in foul trouble, because he, again, it's that basketball IQ that he still needs to develop. Pistons suck, and it's depressing. But again, a lot of young pieces looking more towards the future. Moving on to the Western side of things, Nuggets at 27-13, tied with the Grizzlies. Grizzlies have won 7 in a row. Nuggets have won 3 in a row. What I don't like about these two teams, and I have said this time and time again, I hate their away records. I hate them. Like, it's amazing that you got y'all 17-3 at home. Seriously, it really is amazing. But there's no excuse to be 10-10 away for both these teams. They need to be, again, more like the Boston Celtics, to where you're competing. Yes, you're 16-5 at home, but you're also 13-7 away. Same with the Nets. Yes, you're 13-5 at home, but you're also 14-8 away. It's like you have to compete in any given environment. Teams that are very dependent on being home typically don't go all the way. It's not how it works. It's about, again, competing on both sides. The Warriors were a really good home team last week, but they were also able to compete away, as long as they were healthy, of course. But it's very important that these teams start to pick it up and pick up their pace when they're in any other environment aside from where, you know, their home environment. Going down to the Pelicans. Zion's out, BI's out still. It's going to be a rough stretch, but they've been able to hold it down relatively well, especially for, you know, losing to one superstar, one all-star who could be a superstar. So I just hope those guys get back and healthy, because this Pelicans team will be a lot more fun to watch with those two back. But CJ McCollum is doing a hell of a job in playing without them there. Mavericks, frustrating team to watch for sure. It's just Luka or nothing. Like, you got guys like, again, Tim Hardaway and Spencer Dinwiddie who can put some points on the board, but everything just heavily revolves around Luka. It is unlike last year where Jalen Brunson could come in and, you know, do some playmaking, or, you know, just take the ball away from Luka and say, Luka, just chill out, I got this possession, and just consistently put up, you know, 18, 19, 20 points per game. Losing that guy, it has really hurt this Mavericks team. If Jalen Brunson was on this Mavericks team, they'd easily be a top 3 seed, easily. It's shitty. Kings, 5th seed, but they're 21-18, and I gotta say, they are 1 game above the Clippers, 1.5 games above the Suns, 2 games above the Warriors, 2 games above the Timberwolves, 2.5 games above the Jazz, 2.5 games above the Blazers, 3 games above the Lakers, and the Lakers are 12th seed. So from the 5th to 12th seed, it's still a tight race. If the Kings go on any losing streak, which is very possible, just like any of these teams, they could get themselves into a hot mess. So they need to be able to stay consistent. I love the way De'Aaron Fox plays, but it annoys the shit out of me when this guy can come out and only drop like 10 points, 11 points. To be a superstar in this league, you need to be consistent. There was a stretch where I'm actually going to pull it up. Let's just pull it up. There was a stretch where De'Aaron Fox was just actually just going ham, and I want to pull up his game log. NBA.com should have all the games, hopefully. Last 5. I want to pull up more than the last 5. We might have to go to the NBA reference or whatever it's called. Basketball reference. Here you go. So I think this is where we'll be able to find all of the game log. As annoying as it is to go through every single game, we kind of have to do it. So right here, 11 points in his last game against Orlando, 34 points, 25, 37, amazing stretch, 19, 24, 31, 26, 26, 22, 37, 24, 27. So again, much more consistent stretch, but then you get another slump here, 13, 15, 16, 14, 19, 11, 20, 18. There's like a stretch throughout the season where this guy always just drops the ball and just only puts up limited points. It's like this Kings team, as high scoring as they are, you got to be on one all the time if you want to compete and you want to become that superstar. And then he's also got to develop a 3-point shot, because this dude, like, he is kind of he's not like 100% broke, but he's like pretty broke from 3. I'm trying to pull up this 3-point percentage in the season. Let's see. Let's shooting. Okay, so he's 32% from 3, which is not good at all. So yeah, De'Aaron Fox, he's not broke, but like, gotta develop a 3. I love the way he plays. He can, especially on the court, he can take it from 0 to 100 on speed and like just zoom past anyone on the court. So if you turn your head for even a second, you just turn back and this guy is like already at the rim. So amazing player, fun to watch. But if he could just be consistent and just stay scoring, stay hot, stay ready to go. You can't come out and just drop 11 points like that. Your team won. Don't get it twisted. But it is not ideal. If you come out and you have those 13-point games, 15-point games, it's not enough to elevate your team from, you know, a middling of the pack to an actual contender. So we'll see how things go moving forward. But anyway, Clippers 22-21. I do not like watching the Clippers play basketball. It is like so it's not what I thought it'd be, especially when you know, we're looking to get a healthy Kawhi, PG, John Wall, you know, not have games where Zubac or Norman Powell or whomever is sitting. It just, Clippers are just not a fun team at the moment. Just so inconsistent, and not even that. When they are hot, I feel like a lot of it is PG just having to go off, or Kawhi having to play really above what he's normally doing right now. Because let's say if we actually just go and click on Kawhi, he just hasn't been a superstar. He's been solid by all means, but he hasn't been a superstar. Last game he did have 32 points, so that's really good, especially on 9 for 12 shooting. But I do want to pull up his recent game logs. This is gonna be annoying, but gotta do what I gotta do, guys. I'm sorry. Game logs 2022, 2023. Yeah, a lot of inactive games, whatever. So 33 points, amazing. 29 points, but you shot, what was it, 9 for 23. That's horrible, but again, at least you had 29 points. 6 points against the Nuggets, y'all got obliterated. 24 points, solid. 26 points, solid. 15 points, 28 points, solid. 16 points, 31 points, solid. 19 points, See how see where I'm going with this? It's like the oh yes and then oh yes, weird sound effects, but y'all get what I'm trying to go with that. It's just not what it was in his prime. I think we are past prime Kawhi. He's still a phenomenal player, especially what he's able to do on the defensive end, but it's just not what it was, is all I'm trying to get at here. Suns 21-21. Suns without, you know, Devin Booker are just not the same team. Although they just beat a Warriors team with Cameron Johnson, obviously Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, Chris Paul, Cameron Payne, Landry Shamet. They just beat the Warriors. And the Warriors were at home, one of the best at-home teams in the league. They just beat them with all those guys out. It was a disgusting performance for the Warriors, to say the least. On Stephen Curry's return, by the way. Stephen Curry, yes, he was playing. Warriors, we just talked about him, disappointing L, and the most horrific road record I've seen from a team that's even in the top 8, and honestly my whole life. This team is just too bipolar, and it's not good. I don't like the Warriors right now and how they're playing. Timberwolves 2021, things have been looking on the up and up as of late. 1-4 in a row. Still not really that much of a fun team to watch at the moment. A lot of it is, well, Cat is out, don't get me wrong, but it's just not. When you watch a team like, for example, the Grizzlies play, and you watch a team like the Timberwolves play, the level of basketball is just on a whole different level. When you watch the Timberwolves, it's just not, it's not where it needs to be. Anthony Edwards, as solid as he is, a little funky with his play sometimes. Rudy Gobert, beyond funky with his play. He is very inconsistent right now. Timberwolves are just a weird team to watch. The Jazz 21-23, they've fallen back to earth from where they started in the beginning of the season, and yeah, not been fun for them. But I will say Lauri Markkanen is playing like an all-star. He deserves to be an all-star. Lauri Markkanen is an all-star this year. If he gets robbed of that, I will be legit salty for y'all Jazz fans. Trailblazers 19-21. 4-game losing streak. Blazers are not the answer. They just don't have enough to compete at all. Anthony Simons has gone from, when Damian Lillard's out, he's borderline all-star, to when Damian Lillard's in, he plays like hot dog water more often than not, it feels like. Jeremy Grant is extremely inconsistent, unfortunately, because he had been shooting phenomenal, really off as of late. Damian Lillard shoots like 10 plus threes a game. He's only knocking down like, what, 2 or 3 a game. Been frustrating. Yeah, I don't like this Trailblazers team right now. Lakers have been playing better, significantly better as of late. Looking more and more watchable, I will say. The defense for them sucks. It's really bad. But when Anthony Davis comes back, things will turn around on that end. Thomas Bryant has been playing phenomenal, better than anyone could have ever hoped and or expected, except himself. So yeah, love the way the Lakers are playing as of late. Thunder Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is fun to watch, but they just took a bone-crushing defeat to the Heat in prime time on TNT national television. Tough loss. Spurs suck. Rockets suck. I don't even need to elaborate on those. Like, y'all know them teams is not fun to watch right now. But yeah, running over by the stats real quick. Luka leading the league in points per game at 34.2. Joel Embiid 33.6. Giannis 31.7. JT Jason Tatum at 30.8, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander 30.8. Rebounds per game, Sabonis 12.4. Rudy Gobert 11.9. Giannis 11.8. Steven Adams and Vucevic at 11.3, and Vucevic 10.9. So damn near 11. I would just say 11, to be honest. Assists per game. Tyrese Halliburton, the only one in double digits. Trae Young was last week, but now he is at 9.8. Nikola Jokic as a center, 9.7. Luka the Don, 8.7. And John Morant, 8. And I say this every week, but this is all just hook shots and dunks and layups. These guys do not shoot on the perimeter at all. 3-pointers made. Buddy Hield is just on top due to him just being the most healthy more often than not. Anthony Simons, so frustrating to watch. This guy shoots a lot of threes, and some days he's hot, but man, when he's off, he's fucking off. Where are we at? Why did it get out of there? Okay, so Malik Beasley 136. Steph Curry, even with all those games missed, still at 136. 3-point percentage, Damian Lee leads the league. Notice how Jeremy Grant went from 45% last week to he's just off. He's been shooting abysmal lately. Yesterday against who did they play yesterday? Against the Jazz. Was it no, it wasn't the Jazz. The Cavs played the Jazz. Against the Magic. Oh my God, they lost to the Magic yesterday. The Trailblazers against the Magic. Jeremy Grant went 0 for 6 from 3. In the game before that, he went like 1 for 6. It's just been a rough stretch. But anyway, these guys all consistent. Alec Burks actually makes his way on the list at 42.8. Blocks per game, Nick Claxton is tied for first now. Brook Lopez has made his way back. Miles Turner. Wait, Nick Claxton actually tied. Brook was number 1, I believe, last week. So yeah, Nick Claxton is making his way up. What am I saying? Miles Turner 2.3. Walker Kessler 1.9. Mitchell Robinson 1.7. Steals per game. Same. It's literally the same. I actually know Anthony Edwards has taken over Shai's spot, so that's the only newcomer for this part of the list. But if you've seen the tab on the top right, let's get right into it. I ain't even want to like. Hold on. Okay, so the reason why I'm muting the audio as much as I don't want to is YouTube actually copyrights. The NBA actually enforces a copyright on the audio of these games. So I actually have to change. Okay, so what I was saying earlier, I actually have to mute the audio due to NBA copywriting. And even though I put like 2 seconds of the audio last week or 2 weeks ago, I still got copyrighted with it. So like, I won't get like a copyright strike, but it means that the video will be demonetized, and it's just like, I don't want to deal with anything like that. So sorry if you like love the audio. Instead, you will deal with my voice and the background music that I play, whatever I'm deciding to play. That's what you got. But we will be reviewing this game and break down some plays, some key plays, of course. And without further ado, man, let's just get right into it. If you're a fan of the Kings, enjoy. If you're a fan of the Lakers, enjoy. If you're a fan of basketball, enjoy. But also, you know what? If you're actually a fan of the Kings, I guess be a little sad because you know the outcome of this game anyway. But yeah, let's just get right into it. So you got LeBron coming up here wanting to make a play. So I'm going to let the play happen, and then I'll break it down for you guys. Pretty straightforward play. LeBron actually just misses the shot, but it is the shot that you're kind of okay with, because if you actually look at it right here, Harrison Barnes, up, up, up. Sabonis is going to hedge. Phenomenal basketball. Kevin Huerter, definitely not eye on ball, but he's just turning around, making sure where he knows the guys are at. Keegan Murray does a great job of saying, hey, I'm going to leave Russ with so much space, and if anything happens and Bron attacks, or if Thomas Bryant, flares out of the screen and goes inside, Keegan Murray can easily help out, and they can force a Russell Westbrook 3, which the Kings are okay with. They will gladly take that. The only one that you don't really like to happen is Max Christie or Dennis Schroeder, but you'll give it up as opposed to an easy LeBron shot. So the play happens. Thomas Bryant sets a screen. Domantas Sabonis is up. Thomas Bryant's flaring. De'Aaron Fox is right there to help stop that flare in case anything happens, because again, you're not happy if they're wide open, but Kevin Huerter is there to pick if one. But here's the thing. So let me break down what would happen, let's say, if Bron passed it to Dennis Schroeder. Kevin Huerter would close out. Schroeder would pass it to Max Christie. Keegan Murray would close out, pass it to Russell Westbrook, unless he gets a quick shot off. So but again, that's what the Kings want. If LeBron were to pass it to Max Christie, Huerter closes out. If he swings it to Dennis Schroeder, Keegan Murray's there. They're not, no matter what, Russ, they're going to leave open. So that's kind of the thought process of the Kings. But again, Sabonis is up. Harrison Barnes is going to help kind of trap that a little bit. De'Aaron Fox is there to more so stop Thomas Bryant from an easy bucket. Keegan Murray is getting a little more active. He might have to close inside and help out, because again, you are willing to leave this happen, but also he's ready to come out and close out of Max Christie if LeBron did swing it. LeBron has to take the shot with short shot clock. Terrible job by Keegan Murray on not boxing out at all, but he is a rookie. Once you see the ball go up, the moment you see Bron do this and elevate, especially with the shot clock situation, no matter what he does, if he passes out, what you have to worry about is the rebound. So you got to get up and close on Thomas Bryant. De'Aaron Fox is just significantly smaller, so it's going to be a lot harder. You got to help out. You got to go. But nope, doesn't. Thomas Bryant literally wide open to do whatever he wants. Sabonis is on the right side, so unless it bounces that way, you're kind of screwed. And the ball didn't bounce that way. Thomas Bryant got a board, phenomenal play. Great rebound out. Dennis Schroeder looking to shoot. Kevin Huerter, solid close. Pump fakes, dribbles back out, get it to LeBron. So LeBron, same thing. You're going to want to go attack on the right side, and either De'Aaron Fox or Keegan Murray will actually have to come help out, because Sabonis probably won't be able to help out, because if he actually faded to the left, Keegan Murray would actually come around and block off any kind of alley-oop or lob. So Sabonis, now he's kind of creeping up. Keegan Murray's blocking it off. Look what Keegan Murray does. See? Keegan Murray's blocking it off as Sabonis comes and helps. But again, this is the shot that the Kings want to give up, which is a Russell Westbrook 3. Easy does it. Good board. In that time, as you can see, look at Sabonis putting the body on Thomas Bryant. Keegan Murray on that side. That's good basketball, Kings. Way to do it. That is a clean defensive possession from the Kings, especially on a high-scoring game like this. It is nice to see some good defense. But that is a very solid defensive possession. Kings are going to do what they always do in the prime time, in the clutch. De'Aaron Fox got to do his thing. Put him in iso ball as much as you can. Not a lot to explain here, because Lakers have terrible defense. But even then, you can't really double De'Aaron, because Keegan Murray is wild. He is very efficient from the 3. Kevin Huerter is extremely efficient from the 3. Harrison Barnes is more than capable and is efficient from the 3. So it's like Dennis Schroeder, a solid defensive player for this team. You kind of just have to be ISO'd with De'Aaron Fox. There's not a lot that the Lakers can do. It's just kind of unfortunate, but that's what happens when you have sharpshooters all around, because again, Russ can't help, because you can't leave these guys open on the perimeter for a 3. Thomas Bryant sees what's happening. He's like, all right, I'm gonna put a body up. De'Aaron Fox makes a great play. Misses the shot, unfortunately, but that is the play that you want if you're the Kings. You are very happy, especially in that spot for De'Aaron Fox, because that has always been money for him. That is no contest, dude. That is not a contest at this level of play. Bron there for the board, not really worried about Harrison Barnes. Russ is kind of just watching. Dennis Schroeder just got off of the contest, and Max Christie is kind of staying where he's at. Just a great play from Sabonis, really. Like Thomas Bryant's there. He put a body on him. Like, he sees him. He's putting a body. The ball just bounces a little awkwardly, but Sabonis does a great job of kind of applying pressure. Tips it. Harrison Barnes does his thing, because again, LeBron's just watching. Look at LeBron here. He's just standing. If LeBron actually made an attempt to box out Harrison Barnes, this board is theirs. I mean, look at it. He's just like whatever. He's just standing here, not doing anything. So when Sabonis does get that tip, LeBron's like, oh, I'm just standing. And Harrison Barnes right here, easy does it. Just grab it. And now you're giving them a second opportunity. So that's terrible on LeBron, really. I'm going to break this down real quick. So we got a miss lane there. But it was a quick play. De'Aaron Fox is really fast. Thomas Bryant has to have help. Bron should come across and help out with Sabonis, which what he does. He's not doing it very aggressively, though, to avoid any fouls. And Sabonis just misses the gimme. Like that, you can't miss that, especially in this situation. So we still have a tie game. Terrible defensive possession from the Lakers. Very horrendously bad. And the reason why I'm saying it like that is because that is not a recipe for a good team at all. And I'll have people tell me like, hey, Lakers are doing this lately. Oh, we're making it close. But it's like, if you break down these possessions and see what we're allowing on the defensive end and we're giving up, it is really bad. And I said it in the beginning of the video, our defense is not good. Our defense is horrible. Like, it sucks. And this is one of the reasons why I'm talking about is because we give opportunities that shouldn't be given that easily. You know, we're not making the offense work at all. So, yep, taking it up. Dennis Schroeder driving in. I mean, the Kings' defense in these possessions is just really good. Keegan Murray fronting Bron. Kevin Huerter is like, hey, if he throws it back, I'm gonna have help. We are gonna make these guys work for LeBron to get the ball. And honestly, it's a great job. I really love what they did. Forced it out to Dennis Schroeder. Kevin Huerter's hauling ass back. No easy wide open threes. And an offensive foul on Bron. Let me just say that Keegan Murray sold that really well, but LeBron did have his arm extended. But Keegan Murray absolutely sold it. So Kings ball. Okay, so here we are at 110 in the game, 130 to 130. And this is just, again, another example. The Lakers are not good on the defensive end. We have to force an ISO for Dennis Schroeder against De'Aaron Fox. Not ideal because, again, they're all shooters. And De'Aaron Fox just gets to his spot. Hardest kind of stop that guy, and it's money every time. Like, there is no resistance. Not good basketball at all. We're hoping. The Lakers are hoping every time that they just missed. And again, it's not good basketball. But I will say Kings fell asleep on this one. Look what they do. It's you just flat out fell asleep. So I'm going to break it down a little more closely. Bron is very smart on this play. He takes advantage of the Kings being a little too relaxed. All walking back, not really worried about anyone or anything. He's not in his defensive stance at all. He's not even looking for pick and rolls. So Harrison Barnes is already prone to defeat. Now he's a little more ready. Russ comes a little bit to the right. Not even looking at that at all. Sabonis sees it, but he's standing. Sabonis is standing. So look at his feet right there. So I wish I could zoom in more. But look at his feet, it's like a hop. He hopped right there. It's a little hop right here. I want you to watch his feet. Hop. Horrible. Because now you have to completely switch and shift your body the other way just to catch up LeBron, who's already going full throttle. So he hopped. Terrible because he wasn't in his defensive stance. Cannot do that. Inexcusable play. LeBron comes out and boom. He's going to attack. Kevin Huerter needs to do a better job of getting in front, and you allow Max Christie 3 as opposed to Bron doing his thing. De'Aaron Fox, not much you can do there, but Keegan Murray's doing a phenomenal job at bodying Thomas Bryant right there. But Bron's going to attack. Keegan Murray's going to come help. Kevin Huerter, dude, it's way too late. Way too late. De'Aaron Fox is kind of just eyeballing the scenario. If Bron wanted to, he could pass it out to Dennis Schroeder. De'Aaron Fox is providing nothing to this play. Another bad play on the defensive end by De'Aaron Fox. And then Bron is just stronger than everyone. And again, like, I can't stress enough, dude. Kevin Huerter's got to have better help side. Keegan Murray, I respect what you're trying to do, but it didn't really matter. And Sabonis, you can get mad all you want, but my guy, you allowed right here, he's frustrated. You allowed yourself to be in a bad spot by not getting set. He was not set. Hence the hop, having to shift his body too late. Right there, you can see it. That's more of a perfect example of what I'm talking about right here. Look at the hop. Look at that hop. He's hopping. Now he's shifting his body too late. Look at his legs. They're not ready to go at all. He was standing up. Bron's just going to beat him to the punch. Kevin Herter, you need to front him way more. De'Aaron Fox is providing nothing to that play. Bron's just really strong, and it's unfortunate. And that's a terrible defensive possession for the Kings. Y'all were caught sleeping after just being up by 2. So now LeBron's like, let's go, baby. I'm the king. Now I just got to make this free throw. We're up 1, putting ourselves in a prime position. So again, I can't stress it enough. Disgusting play from the Kings. Right here is more of a simple play, and that terrible pass. I mean, look at De'Aaron Fox. Like, he's having to like Odell that thing. Obviously doesn't catch it. Tipped up. Nothing crazy there. Just a horrendously bad pass. Laker ball. Not a lot to analyze there. Just a bad sequence for the Kings and a bad inbound pass. Here, what we got is probably one of the most brutal plays of the night for the Lakers. This is literally robbery. So fouled right there. Ball is gathered. Foul right there. Ball never goes down. Dunk. Should have been an and one. It was not an and one. Not the end of the world, though. At least you get 2 free throws to go with it, but that could have put the game away. Russ misses the first free throw, as is Lakers' problem all season. Making clutch free throws hasn't been a potent kind of thing. So yeah, a gross outcome. But De'Aaron Fox, I mean, you just look at these events transpire. By the way, Sabonis is fouled out. That's why you got 41. I believe that's Trey Lyles. I don't want to fact check right now though. I'm going to leave it at that. So he's going to apply some pressure on Schroeder's left hip. Try and set up for a screen. Okay, he flares out. So Schroeder's like, oh, I'm not going to worry about it. Russ is letting him know. Has to be communicating. Bron's actually significantly more set. I wonder why. It's because it's the final possession. So you got energy. You're going to use it all right now. You have to use it all right now. They put in Pat Bev and Juan Toscano for defensive purposes. So you watch this play unfold. And again, it's frustrating because all these guys can hit threes. So Lakers have to, more so than they'd like, allow an ISO for De'Aaron Fox. And De'Aaron Fox, what he's been doing since the beginning of the season and what he's mastered throughout his career is this little mid-range shot right here. Get a little spin around. A solid contest, but De'Aaron Fox has nailed this jumper time and time again, and the Lakers continue to allow it. So just not good defense at all, and money every time, every single time. This is the part of the game where I don't have to evaluate as much, because really it's just plays. You know, you talk about the inbound, players making moves. It's, you don't want LeBron to get the ball, so they're literally not allowing LeBron to get the ball. Schroeder has to make a play. He's been on fire as of late. Goes in. De'Aaron Fox gives him a little hip check, not the right. So like, even if you don't like the call, I don't agree that that's necessarily a fourth quarter call, but if that's regular time, that's absolutely a foul, because again, he put his hip into someone, quite literally a block, because you're not allowed to do that. So in the fourth quarter, I prefer that call not be made, even though I'm a Laker fan. But I will say that like first, second, even third quarter, that call is going to be made almost all the time. You were not allowed a hip check, and he thrusted his hip a little too much. Schroeder does what he does and actually comes up big for the Lakers. Huge first free throw, because at more than anything, you need one, because no matter what, with the little bit of time that there is, Kings are more likely than not gonna shoot a 3. So whether he makes or misses, this one doesn't matter as nearly as much, because you had to make at least one just to be up. So now the Lakers are like, hey, we just got to get one stop. We are not gonna let them catch it over here. So they're gonna be behind. They're playing behind. Russ is gonna have to run back, play behind. So they're playing behind. All of them are playing behind. Simple inbound play where you're gonna allow Harrison Barnes to get the ball, and again, Russ isn't gonna be playing pressure from that up, because you don't want to get beat off the dribble. But since Thomas Bryant was having his hand up trying to block any inbound play, he's running behind from De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox is way faster. De'Aaron Fox comes and gets it, and honestly, it's a pretty solid shot. Given the amount of time, it's not a great shot, but given the amount of time that they had to work with, not terrible. De'Aaron Fox has a chance, comes up a little too long, and there you have it. The Lakers win. I will say immediately the Lakers did not deserve to win this game based off of their defense. Granted, the Kings played horrible defense. I broke down some crucial key plays for y'all anyway, and y'all got to see how bad some of the Kings, the first possession of the video, phenomenal defense, great awareness. After that, not so much. So yeah, it's unfortunate for Kings fans because y'all were rolling, but y'all still 5th seed for now. For Laker fans, this is huge. The Laker team, this is huge because you need to win as much as possible to put pressure on that front office to make some sort of trade. But yeah, there you have it, guys. That is your breakdown of the week. I hope you enjoyed. This is Ollie Been Different, on We Been Different, and we out.